Hey y'all, welcome back. Miss Master Self 101, where we discuss some ways to level up ourselves, develop our character, build who we are, build our self-esteem, build our confidence so we can get what we want, so we can master self and ultimately master everything else in life. But first it starts with mastering self. You know, like how when you come on here sometimes and I might be paused, y'all, I'm just trying to catch cute little thumbnail photos. Don't mind me. So I don't have to put up an actual photo. Yeah, I be trying to set up a thumbnail because they be catching me in all these like little crazy looks. And I don't know why the AI automated thing that they got this feature on here and it captures these photos of you, but it's always some crazy looking photo. So I just set it up my way. But yeah, y'all, I have a very important topic to discuss today. We're going to be discussing a form of delusion. Y'all ever like been around somebody or met somebody and they just had this strong like sense of delusion? Like, you know, people be putting up these posts talking about delulu, like they delulu, and they either say they want something or they want to be something or they just want to, I don't know, they want to do something. You just be looking at them like, what? You really want to do that, girl? You crazy. Why are you crazy? And then they actually get it, or they actually do exactly what they say. You ever wonder how them type of people get what they get what they want and have it? You ever wonder that? It's being delulu. That's the key. So yeah, y'all, before we get into today's topic, I know you're going to enjoy this content today. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on that notification bell for me, please, and thank you. And we're going to get straight to it. Y'all already know. So the form of delusion that we're going to be discussing today is more formally known as faith. Whether or not you want to believe it, faith can be a form of delusion. What is faith? So faith is having faith is having like a super strong belief in something or someone. Actually, is having a super strong belief that's unwavering. An unwavering belief in someone or something. That is my take on what faith is. So, y'all know I did a little Googling because I like to research and learn stuff, and I just wanted to see their take on it. And according to Google, this is what they say faith is. Along the same lines, it says faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. It's a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. What is delusion? A strong belief in something based on spiritual apprehension, your spiritual belief, whatever you feel like your truth, whatever it is that's going inside your head, that is your spiritual perspective of it. So that is your view on it rather than the actual proof itself. It is a form of delusion. And I'm going to discuss why it helps. It's a lot easier to think of it as a form of delusion when you're building your faith, if you don't already have it. Because, you know, everybody know what delusion is. It's easier to relate to because that's what's going on in the world today. So I like to think of it as that. But why is it important to have faith? So that's going to be a question. When it comes to the spiritual side of it, it's important to have faith because that's how you're going to continue to vibrate high. Why is it important to vibrate high? You remember I told you that everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. Everything is a radio wave. It's a wave that goes out into the universe. So when you are trying to manifest something, so in this case, we're talking about mastering self, developing ourself. When you're trying to manifest healing from within, right? And you put that vibration out there, it's important that you remain at a certain level of frequency. so that whatever it is that you're vibrating, it can actually come to you. Because remember, every time you put something out into the ether, into the universe, there is always, that is a universal law, there is always something or someone on the inside of that that is willing to accept it, that wants to give whatever you're expecting to get. There's something or someone on the other side. So whatever need to happen in this gray space, whatever conspiracies are going to happen in between, we leave that to the universe. That's dark energy. That's the work of dark energy. But whatever happens, it happens, and you're able to get what you need to get. But you have to remain at a certain level. Now, there's certain things that can make you start shifting down or make you start shifting more upwards. The higher you go, the better it is, because that means that's the more faith that you have in whatever it is that you're trying to get. But the lower you go, that's when you're going to start hitting problems. Even if you just go one little notch down, problem. So it's important to have faith so you can remain at a certain level, so that you can remain vibrating at a certain level, so that you're able to attract whatever desire it is that you want. Having faith relaxes you. When we're going to talk about the biologics behind it, like what goes on inside of us, your central nervous system reacts to stress. It reacts to fear. It reacts to worry. It reacts to doubt, because it affects us negatively inside of the body. It gets our central nervous system acting crazy when we need it to just be nice and copacetic. It gets it going up and down, up and down, up and down, depending on what kind of stuff is going on inside of your head or what's going on inside of your subconscious, to be quite honest with you, because that's really what runs your thinking and what runs your body. So when you begin to have faith and you begin to start to learn like how to strengthen that faith, right? It relaxes you, because inside of your mind, you don't have that fear and that doubt and that worry anymore. That faith that you're developing is become so big that now that's all you think to. You just automatically go to the positives instead of focusing on the negatives. So there's different type of things that you can do, obviously, to stay focused and stay on that path and to build your faith. And we'll discuss some of those things in this video as well, because those are going to be tools that are going to be doing more than just keeping you at faith. It's going to help get whatever desire it is, whatever goal that you have, it's going to help you get to that goal even faster. It's going to bring you to that end goal even faster. But just relaxing you overall, because you already know you got it. Now that's for somebody who already has developing unwavering faith. So no matter what happens, you can't move me, because I already know, like, I put it out there. That's what I want. That's what I think about all the time. That's what's going to come to me. Like, it doesn't matter what you want to throw in my face. It doesn't matter what person says this to try to put doubt in my head. Like, that's interesting. That's your perspective. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. And I'm going to just like return that energy right on back to sender, because I already know what I want, and I know I'm going to get what I want, and I'm focused and I'm determined. Why? Because I defined my goal. Remember, we had a video about that. I defined my goal, so I already know what I want. So my mind is there. It's set. It's focused. It's straight. So you can't get me off of that. That's unwavering faith. That's what you want to build yourself up to. That's how you get what you want. That's how you're able to build yourself up. That's how you give off. That's literally how you change your aura to start giving off what you want. You know that's what happens, because like I said, everything is energy. So right now, like y'all see me, this is my body. But coming off my body are different waves. That waves create your aura. If you know how to read people's aura, or those who have that gift of reading aura, they see like shades of color around a person, and those colors mean different things when it comes to aura. So as I'm sitting here, as you're sitting there, you're giving off different types of waves out into the universe, but it depends on what's going on in here, in here, in here. What's going on in that subconscious? What are you truly giving off? So yeah, y'all, we want to be sure that sorry, my bad, y'all. The video tried to cut me off. I got to get some more space on this phone. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But anyways, back to the subject. So yes, having faith is going to relax us, and that's important because we want to make sure whatever we're radiating and giving off, we're giving off the right vibe so that we can attract what we want. It's important to have faith because faith is how you manifest. So this goes in with the point that we were just talking about. The literal mechanics of manifesting is based off of faith. You have to develop faith. You have to have your mind right. You have to be sending off the right vibrations in the universe at the correct intensity, in the correct quantity, and at the right amounts, so that you could bring it even closer to you. So that's why it's so important to have faith. To me, faith is like a car engine. You know how the engine is what turns the car on and gets the car going? Without an engine, you can't get anywhere. That's faith. Right? And then once you get the car on, the car continues to run. Actually, y'all, think about this. When you get into your car and you start your car up, you get into your car, you walk outside knowing that you're going to get in your car and drive off. You already have unwavering faith. You get into your car, you start your car up knowing that the car going to start right up. I mean, unless you've been having recent car problems, you already know the car going to start right up. You already have the unwavering faith and you start the car right up. And you have to keep that faith going, the engine. You need that engine to keep going in order for you to get to where you need to go. You need to keep your faith going in order to get to where you need to know. Did y'all catch that? So that's what faith is. Think of it as that analogy, and that might be a little bit easier for you to understand it. It might hit a little bit different. So what's going to prevent faith from working? These are those things that I said that's going to make faith go down a little bit. It's going to be doubt, worry, fear, and noise, specifically noise from outside, so other people. So how do you overcome it? When it comes to any kind of doubt, worry, fear, or other people that's getting inside of your head, you have to remain focused. That's the number one goal. You got to remain focused. Now, how are you going to remain focused? Well, you can read. Reading keeps you focused because you're going to be reading about what it is that you want. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, right now we're talking about developing self. So we're going to read self-improvement books. That's going to keep us on track automatically. We don't have no choice because that's all we're seeing. That's all we're reading. You listen to podcasts in a similar manner. Watch videos in a similar manner. Movies in a similar manner. Watch stuff about what you want. So it keeps you focused. It keeps you on point. Research and read articles about people's success stories. That keeps you on point because it builds your faith as well. Wow, somebody else went through this. Wow, this person actually went through exactly what I went through and they got the goal that I want to get to. Wow, it builds your faith up, and it also increases your gut feeling, your endorphins, your hormones on the inside. And that's a win-win-win all the way around right there. Affirmations are going to keep you on point because affirmations is auto-suggestion, and auto-suggestion is talking to your subconscious. It's feeding your subconscious with whatever it is that you want, because once it's seeped inside your subconscious, it's a done deal. But you have to get it deep inside of your subconscious so your subconscious can start creating those new neural pathways inside of your brain, so that every time something happens and it reminds you of that, your mind goes back to that in your subconscious, and now you're thinking about it. Now you're thinking about it even more. And that's how you're going to manifest it and create whatever it is into your life, into the actual physical manifestation of it. We can also do visualization and daydreaming. Yes, it's like a form of delusion. I understand. I love saying it like that. Delusion just has such a negative connotation, but it's the truth. It is a form of delusion, visualization and daydreaming, but it works. Whatever it is that you want, whatever the goal is that you want, you're going to sit there, you're going to daydream and visualize about it. That's going to keep you focused, and that's going to keep you on point, because now you're creating images inside of your brain. Once it gets inside of your brain, depending on how much you do it and what intensity you do it at, it's going to seep down into your subconscious. And like I said, once it gets inside of that subconscious, it's a done deal. You got it. So that's going to keep you focused. When it comes to fear, like if you have any fear about something, fear and worry, you know what kills fear? Knowledge. A lot of the times We are afraid of things that we're not educated about, such as voodoo. Let's talk about that. A lot of people fear voodoo. As soon as they hear it, they automatically think about the negative. They think about the killing. They think about people using blood, chicken feet, and all that kind of stuff. And that's not necessarily what voodoo is. That's not what voodoo is at all, actually. But that's what people go to automatically, and we fear it. You know what kills that fear? Learning about it, watching videos about it, reading books, talking to people about it. That breaks that fear down. So if you have any kind of fear about whatever it is that you're doing, just get yourself educated on it. And it automatically breaks it down on the inside, from the inside out. That's the beauty about it. When it comes to doubt, or if you have any worry, watch and listen to others people's success stories. I mentioned that earlier. That keeps you on point. It builds your faith. And it puts you right where you need to be. It kills any kind of worry and doubt that you have, because you're actually seeing real people with real stories, real facts, real evidence that whatever it is works, and you can get whatever it is that you want. If somebody else can get it, so can you. And then now, y'all, when it comes to other outside noise, such as people, because, you know, people gonna always try to, you say something just because somebody don't know about it, they gonna try to put doubt inside your mind. People love doing that nowadays. Be careful with free advice. Be careful with free advice. People love giving free advice. But a lot of the times that free advice, they ain't ever did it a day in their life, and it didn't work for them. So if it didn't work for them, why would it work for you? So y'all be careful with that too. But when it comes to outside noise, literally just isolate yourself from people. Don't go around them. And if you have to be around them, just don't discuss whatever it is. If you messed up and y'all done already discussed it a time or two, don't bring it up again. And if they try to be slick and bring it up, answer it in a very general way and quickly change the subject. So for example, if I have somebody in front of me, they're like, girl, remember you were talking to me about that business idea that you want to do? Girl, yeah, you know, I was thinking about it, but I didn't really give it so much thought. But girl, you know what was so interesting that I saw the other day? And bring up something. Get off the subject. Don't talk about it until you already got it done. Because a lot of people like to put fear and doubt into you. They ain't ever did it. And it's just negative energy. And it brings down your faith. And the more your faith is brought down. Y'all, I got stopped again. I really got to take care of this space issue because it's becoming a problem. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and power through because we had faith that it would work. And where there is a will, there will always be a way. So the last thing that I wanted to say to outside noise, if you have somebody that's just really adamant about knowing your business for some reason, they keep going back to it even though you've tried to switch the subject and you don't talk about with them, you don't talk about it with them any longer, just lie to them. Get them off your back, get them off the track. Because sometimes, without you even knowing, people's negative energy can influence what you have going on. So just lie and tell them something else so they can put their focus somewhere else. And whatever comes out of that, comes out of that. Then you're going to have to learn how to transmute. You learn how to transmute any kind of negative energy that comes your way that is not serving you. Learn to transmute that energy into something positive that's good for you. So that'll take care of them and that'll take care of that. So yeah, y'all, the last thing, we're gonna hit a resource. Y'all know I'm gonna come book ready. So this is The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. Great book. And I want to read a little bit from one of his chapters that hits the same topic that we are discussing today. And it's Belief Makes Things Happen. That's the chapter. So I'm going to read a few things that I've underlined. I had this thing when I go through books, I point out certain things that really stick out to me, and then I go back and I write them on an index card and I create affirmations out of them. So here's a few of them that I jotted down. Thought has been referred to as a powerful unseen influence, and so it is. A strong, powerful, unseen influence is thoughts. Thought is belief. Belief is a power operating destructively or constructively depending upon to which it is employed. So depending on if you want to do good or bad, belief is going to take you there. Depending on if you think you can or can't, belief is going to take you to that very same place. The luck factor came about from a determined mind, a combination of visualizing, concentrated thoughts, willing, and believing. The luck factor. So, luck comes from visualizing, having concentrated thought, which is belief, willing, and believing. It is the image created in his mind that gives reality to the world outside of him. It is a state of mind which we ourselves have the power to control, and that control lies with our thinking. With concentrated thought, expectancy, and steadfast belief, we actually set in motion vibratory forces that bring about material manifestations. Last but not least, the law of cause and effect is immutable. The law of cause and effect is immutable. So, if you set the cause, if you put out into the universe whatever it is that you're trying to bring towards you, that you're trying to have, that is the cause. The law of effect has no choice but to bring it to you as the effect. So, there you have it. Get the book, The Magic of Believing. It's all throughout this, all types of gems, y'all. So faith, remember, faith is what we gotta have. And if you are religious faith, then you know from Christianity background, the Bible references faith of a what? A mustard seed. Y'all know how small a mustard seed is? I don't even have anything right now in my vision that's small enough to even show you what a mustard seed. You see this pen? It will be the tip of this pen will be as small as a mustard seed. And that's all the faith that you have to bring whatever it is that you want to you. So imagine when you develop a whole pen of faith. Imagine the type of things that you can attract and magnetize towards yourself. And imagine yourself thinking about it a lot and with great intensity and with emotion, and you get excited and you start anticipating it. Imagine how quickly it comes to you. Try it out, y'all. And that's going to conclude today's topic. I enjoy spending time with you guys as always. So stay tuned to the next video. Be sure that notification bell is on so you know when the next video drops, so that you can get your paper, your pen ready, and we could tune in. All right, y'all. Until next time.